Is Monarch Money really worth it? They have made a ton of updates and changes the last few months, so here's an updated review of Monarch Money for 2025. Hey there, I'm Brittany Flammer, a certified financial coach and the creator of Fit Finance Club. Last year, when Mint shut down, I tested out Monarch, I did a review of it. Since then, I have filmed a ton of videos about Monarch, but they have had a ton of updates. So I today want to focus on the updates they have added. First of all, their ratings. Apple score is 4.9 stars. Google Play Store is 4.7 stars. Monarch is an all-inclusive app. You can do so much with it. You can link your accounts. You can link pretty much any account, checking, savings, investments, your house. You can link all of your loans, and it's automatically going to import all of your transactions and it will categorize them for you. There is a ton of customization you can do. You can create rules, so much more complex than any other budgeting app for the rules and the customization. You can create a lot of different reports and can completely customize the times, what you include in the reports, and then you can export them. It is very visual with the cash flow especially. It's great for seeing where your money is going on a graph. Great for visual. You can set financial goals and then transactions can be tagged or not tagged, but they can be linked to the goal that you're saving for. It's really great for linking your investments so that you can track your net worth. All of these things I just mentioned are all features that were already there. Nothing's new there. I just wanted to give you a baseline. Now let's talk about some of the new additional features. Before I do that, I want to mention Monarch Money is not free. You can pay monthly. It's $14.99 a month if you pay monthly, or if you pay for the entire year up front, it's $99, which works out to be about $8.30 per month. They give you a free 7-day trial. If you use my link in the description box below, you can get a free 30-day trial. I am not working for Monarch Money. I do not make any money if you use my link. I don't care if you use my link or not. I just like to share it so that you can get 30 days instead of 7 to get a better feel for it. Now, finally, moving on to those features I've talked about. First of all, they have a new logo. So their old logo had a butterfly, their new one still has a butterfly. They use the butterfly because the caterpillar is transforming into the butterfly. And when you are making changes in your finances, you can transform your life. So that's why they use the butterfly. So it's a little bit different color, a little bit different streamlined, simpler butterfly. But that's the biggest, most obvious noticeable difference. The most recent update that they have made is in the budget. They now offer 2 different types of budget. You can do the categories, budget by categories, or flex budgeting. Now the budget by categories is traditional, what you see when you log into most apps. It takes your income and then you have all the different categories for your expenses. The flex budgeting is a little bit different approach. It focuses on 3 different buckets. The first bucket is your fixed expenses. These are your monthly expenses that you pay every month. They don't vary by much. They might vary a little bit month to month, but they are pretty set that you're going to pay every month. The second budget is non-monthly expenses. These are your irregular expenses. Maybe you pay your car insurance every 6 months, or your homeowner's insurance once a year, or you have a vacation fund, or you want to save up for holiday expenses. Things that are not monthly go into this bucket. The third and final bucket is flex expenses. These are those expenses you have monthly, but they can vary a lot from month to month. You have a lot more control over these. The stuff in the fixed bucket, you don't have much control over, at least not in the short term. But the flex expenses, you have a lot more control. So if you need to cut back, this is the bucket you're gonna cut back from first. Now, I already categorized mine like this within Monarch. I had the original category budgeting, and I called it my fixed or boring bills, my fun bills, the ones I have control over, and my sinking funds for those irregular expenses. That is how I had mine set up. So this doesn't really change a whole lot for me because that's already how I did it. Inside of Monarch, if you choose to do the flex budgeting, it is automatically going to put all your categories into the bucket they think they go into. I looked at mine. It was not 100% accurate. It was okay. But if something's not in the bucket you want it to be in, you can move it to a different bucket. You can choose that. One thing that is really nice about the flex spending is you can still have all of the categories inside the bucket, and you can still set a budget for each of those categories, but you can choose to do a budget budget for the entire bucket. So you don't have to worry about every individual category. You can just focus on the entire bucket. So let's say you have $5,000 in your bucket for flex spending. That's really kind of a lot. Let's say you have $2,000 a month in your flex expense bucket. If you go way over in groceries, that's okay as long as you go under somewhere else. You just look at the overall. So I feel like I was already kind of budgeting like this. It doesn't make a huge difference for me, but I know a lot of clients that I work with, they have their categories kind of all over the place. So this could really help simplify things for a lot of people. Another update is the investments. Now, you've always been able to link your investments and check the account balance, but now you might have the option of syncing with your investments and importing the transactions. This is still in beta, it's not available to everyone, but if your investment accounts are supported, you can do this. So if you go into settings under the preferences, you can toggle on or off the investments. If you choose to toggle it on, and it will sync with your account. This means that every transaction related to your investments will be brought in and it will count towards your budgets, your cash flow. So this includes all of your dividends, purchases, selling of stock, anything like that will show up as a transaction and be counted. I personally don't like this and I don't want it. All I care about is seeing how much I have in my investment account and knowing that I'm contributing monthly. But as long as I'm contributing, that's coming out of my checking account, already part of my budget. I don't want to see all of the investments. I want to see, that just provides a lot more transaction. But I'm also young and focused on saving for retirement. Maybe if you're living off of your investments, then it could be beneficial. But just know that you can turn it on or off whether or not you want to. Let me know in the comments down below if you would want to see all of those transactions. Apple Card is a new feature that was released a few months ago. It now fully supports Apple Card. So it will sync with your wallet and import all of your transactions with your Apple Card, Apple Cash, Apple Savings, whatever, all of the Apple stuff. It will link to that. There are now a lot of filters you can use. So you can search for a specific transaction. In the search icon, you can search by a number, the store name, a category, whatever. But with the filters, you can do a lot more customized. You can search by the store, by the category, the account, the amount, other stuff. There's so many options for what you can filter by just to see those specific transactions. The one major downfall of this is you have to clear that filter before you can go back to seeing just the regular stuff. And I sometimes forget to do that and then get really frustrated. So beware of that. You can filter and search by so many things, but you got to clear the filter before you go back to seeing regular transactions. Also fairly new is full iPad support. Now, I didn't realize it wasn't working on the iPad because I use it on my phone and on my computer, but it now has full support on the iPad. If you are just getting started with Monarch Money, check out my video right up there. This is the first few steps to get started using Monarch. If you want additional help, there is a link to my mini course, help teaching you how to use Monarch, if you are interested in that. Otherwise, thanks so much for watching. I will see you in the next video.